Hey Awaken friends, Chris here, and welcome to a quick warm-up. I'm in Greece in spectacular Kythira. The sun's rising, you can see it just hitting the castle behind me, and this is a short and sweet little warm-up to get you ready for the day or for any other workouts or yoga classes you might be doing. To start with, can you start in hero's pose or a comfortable seat if this is a bit much for your ankles first thing. And sitting here, we're going to bring our hands into our laps. We're going to cycle 3 breaths just to align and bring ourselves into the present moment. When you first inhale, raise the hands up above you, fingertips raising up, just touching above your head, the gaze may follow. And exhale, palms together, bringing the hands all the way down, thumbs just grazing past your lips, your chin, and just nestling into your heart space. Inhale, one big lift. Fingertips up to the sky, gaze may follow with a gentle opening of your heart and back. Then exhale, bringing the hands down. Again, the thumbs may just graze past your lips and nestling a little bit more firmly into your heart space. And inhale, hands up to the sky. Draw down this really beautiful sunrise energy down through your body and hold your hands just a little bit more firmly into your heart space for a moment here. Take another deep breath in and exhale. And on this next inhale, really set your intention for the day. What do you want to achieve? What do you want to get out of it? There's just a bit of peace, a bit of time for you. What is it that you really want today? And when you're ready, hands down to your mat, to the top of your mat, shoulders will stack over your wrists, and your knees will be underneath your hips. We're just going to hold ourselves in our nice tabletop position. I'm going to do a couple of little scapular warm-ups here. So with that, we're just going to drop our chest down slightly, keeping the length inside our arms, and then raising back up and pressing a little bit higher. The idea of this is our shoulder blades are coming down closer together as we dip low, and as we press up, our shoulder blades are pulling away from each other. It's a really nice lift. And this is a great way just to open the shoulders, start the morning with a little bit of movement here. It's not too intense. It's a great way to get a bit of movement happening through the spine and a bit of movement happening through the arms, top around the shoulders, which sometimes need a little bit of love, especially first thing in the morning. Coming back to center, we're just going to do a couple of hand warm-ups. So we're just lifting our palms up so that our fingers are just standing on the ground. We're just trying to warm up the wrists and warm up the palms, the hands. Just a few little lifts here. And turning our hands around. So they're fingers are facing backwards. And then just gently rocking back and forth. Just waking everything up. Starting with the hands first. Got the shoulders moving a little bit. Maybe bring a little couple of rolls around. Making this a little bit more organic. A little bit more dynamic. Whatever works for you. And hands back to the front of your mat. And we're going to move into a couple of cat-cows. Just making sure that we're in alignment here. There's lots of rocks under my mat, so it's not the most comfortable. But it's an epic place to be doing a beautiful yoga in the morning. And inhale coming through for a wonderful cat-cow. Chest open and bright to the front of your space or the room. Got a nice curve through the spine. And exhale. Arch that spine. Gaze is moving back towards the feet, towards the back of the mat. And inhale, moving forward. And exhale. And inhale, this time as you move forward, maybe adding a little bit of organic movement to it. Let's not try to keep this so linear or symmetrical. Let's just make this feel a little bit more into your body. If it's first thing in the morning, like it is for me, one side's a little bit tighter than the other. Depends what you did yesterday. Depends what you're going to be doing today. Your body can show up differently every day. And it's just about you honoring that, feeling into that, and giving it what it needs. Rolling around. Going back to center. And then bringing our big toes to touch. Knees to the edge of the mat. And rolling down to a wonderful child's pose. This beautiful introverted space to welcome the day. Really stretching out with the fingers. So you can feel that length from the spine. You can feel that wonderful stretch through the back of the neck. Also the hips, as the hips are moving towards the heels. nestling them back. Inhale, coming back up into our tabletop position. We're going to take our feet to the back of the mat and arrive into a plank pose. A bit of strength early on. And feel the ground. Try and draw the energy of the ground up through the hands, all the way up into the shoulders. And then take that energy down with the glutes really nice and active. And then your heels moving towards the back of the mat or your space. And then rolling to the outer edge of right foot, inner edge of left foot. Sort of stretching open the side body here, keeping the left hand firmly on the mat. And then back to center. And then rolling to the outer edge of left foot, inner edge of right. And just feeling that again. A nice stretch down the side body. And back to center. And then lifting up and back into downward facing dog. Now you might have a wonderful bend in the knees here. So you've got a length all the way through the spine. Shoulders rolling down the back. And hips and tailbone moving towards the back of the room or the back of your space. As we take a nice breath in here, we might start to pedal out our down dog just a little bit. Stretch it out. Our heels don't need to touch the ground, but they may move towards the mat. And coming out to the balls of both feet, we're going to take that little side stretch again. So rolling to the outer edge of right foot, inner edge of left foot, and letting our hips move down, keeping the left hand firmly planted onto the mat. And then coming back up to center. Rolling to the outer edge of left foot, inner edge of right. And just stretching through that right side body, keeping the right hand firmly planted. And back to center. And rolling to the outer edge of right foot, inner edge of left. And stretching. And back up to center. And across to the other side. Outer edge of left, inner edge of right. And a wonderful stretch down the side body. And back up to center. And walking the hands all the way back to our feet. We're going to grip the elbows. Nice bend in the knees. And we're just going to ragdoll here. Rolling around. Keep this feeling nice. Feel those hamstrings really starting to wake up. Back of the legs. The calves. And maybe, as you're ragdolling, maybe you want to give yourself a little massage there. Just to feel those muscles activating all the way down. And coming back to center, bending the knees generously as we roll ourselves ever so purposefully up to arrive with our hands coming forward and opening them out into our Tadasana, our mountain pose. And taking inspiration from the strength of the mountain behind me, draw that into your body. And really grip through the feet, maybe lift the 10 toes, grip them into the mat, draw the strength up through the legs, inner thighs roll together, glutes active, and your tailbone is just gently pointing down towards the ground, and this string is like, imagine a string moving through your spine all the way up to the sky, is creating the length through your spine, hands roll forward, shoulders back, everything's active. Tadasana is actually a very active, strong pose because you're the mountain. Draw that in, then inhale, hands go up to sky. Fingertips touch, gaze might follow, and exhale, hands down. Nestling into your heart. One more. Inhale, hands up to sky. Fingertips touch, maybe a gentle opening at the back. Gentle heart, just to the sky a little bit more. And hands coming down through heart center, hinging at the hips, nice bend in the knees to preserve that lower back. And fold down. Inhale up to fingertips and walk the hands out and back to downward facing dog. Coming up to the balls of the feet, tiptoe the feet all the way up behind the hands. Halfway lift, fingertips move just below the kneecaps and lengthen the spine out. And exhale, folding forward all the way down. Inhale, nice bend of the knees as we roll ourselves all the way up. Hands follow with us. The gaze may follow up above. Fingertips touch, and exhale, palms together, thumbs just grazing past our heart center and opening back up into our mountain pose, our Tadasana. Inhale, hands up to sky, maybe a little bit more of a back bend here, just opening the spine a little bit more, and exhale, hands through heart center, hinging at the hips as we fold all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift, fingertips on the mat, then palms to the mat, and the left foot back to the edge of the mat, left knee down, We're going to raise our hands up into an Ardha Anjaneyasana. And exhale as our hands move forward. Our right foot begins to straighten, lengthening out, and we gently move forward so we can feel that nice stretch through the Sada Hanuman all the way through our hamstring. Inhale, coming forward, hands up. Exhale, back. A nice stretch. Inhale, hands up to sky, and exhale, stretching back. Inhale, coming forward, hands frame the right foot back to left, hips move back towards heels, forearms down to ground, nose is nice and close to the ground as we lift ourselves up. Opening up, and exhale, roll over the toes, and back to downward facing dog. Coming up to the balls of the feet, we're going to tiptoe all the way up behind the hands. Coming up to a halfway lift, we lengthen out with our fingertips pressing below the kneecaps. And exhale, folding down. Inhale, bending the knees as we roll ourselves all the way up to stand. Hands opening forward, back to Tadasana, into our mountain pose. The strength moving up through our legs. And inhale, hands up to sky. Fingertips touch. Exhale, hands moving through heart center. And open back. Welcome that day. Bring that energy in. Inhale, hands up to sky. Maybe more of a gentle back bend. And exhale, hands through heart center, hinging at the hips, folding all the way down. Inhale, fingertips on the mat. Exhale, palms to the mat, right foot to the back of the mat, right knee drops, lifting yourself up into an Ardha Anjaneyasana, a lowered You can just cut this bit just a tad for me. Lunge. And begin to lengthen the left foot as we just move back into our Ardha Hanuman and moving forward again, lifting ourselves up. We want to aim here to keep our left knee tracking over our ankle and exhale, moving back, but keeping this a nice dynamic movement as we're lengthening and really waking up these hamstrings. Inhale, hands up to sky. Exhale, moving back through our Ardha Hanuman. Nice lowered lunge, keeping our chest up nice and proud here. And exhale, back to center. Hands up to sky, hands move down to frame the left foot back to right. Knees are together, feet are together, hips move back towards our heels. Our forearms drop down to the ground and our nose moves close to the mat as we lift ourselves up into a cobra or into an upward facing dog and roll over the toes and back to downward facing dog. And take a deep breath in here. Deep breath in and exhale. Let it go. Bring our knees down to the edges of the mat. Big toes touch, hips towards heels, and our forehead down towards the ground to a nice child's pose. Take a deep breath in here. You definitely feel your body a little more alive, a little more awake. And I hope that this quick little warm-up will get you ready for whatever you want to achieve today, whether it's another workout, whether it's just something to help you center and bring in a bit of joy and a bit of this wonderful sunrise. Hope it helps you along your path today. I look forward to flowing with you again soon. Namaste.